Well, we're just 25 days away from the Iowa caucuses, and the fight between the top two Republican candidates is heating up. Donald Trump continues to question whether Ted Cruz's Canadian birth could present some legal challenges for him that would prevent him from becoming president. Listen.
People are worried that if he weren't born in this country, which he wasn't, he was born in Canada. The problem is that if the Democrats bring a lawsuit, the lawsuit could take years to resolve. And how do you have a candidate where there's something, over the head of the party and that individual?
Well, then Trump tweeted.
Of course.
Because he likes to tweet. Ted, free legal advice on how to preempt the Dems on citizen issue. Go to court now and seek declaratory judgment. You will win. Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief of The Hill, joins us now from Washington. Now, we know this isn't the first time that Trump has invoked this birther argument.
That's right.
We all remember back in 2012, he did this with President Obama. What's this about? I mean, obviously, this is a political strategy, but is it a smart one?
I think it is, Christine, because he's trying to get into Ted Cruz's head. And just that tweet would, of course, continue the story if he actually went to court to try to get that judgment. So he's poking Ted Cruz. He's not really trying to land a haymaker, but and Ted Cruz is not talking about policy. He's having to respond to Trump's jabs on this. So I think it's just an effective strategy. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's certainly attracting headlines, and that's what, of course, is what Trump is so good at.
It's interesting, Bob. Ted Cruz is not let's just say it. I mean, you've been covering politics for many years. He's not well liked even by some members of his own party. And it's interesting now that Senator John McCain is also saying it's a legitimate point to raise, because McCain also, he was born in Panama, but it was a U.S. territory. He was born on an American military base, not at all the same thing. And he says it is something that people should be taking a look at. So I wonder if not only is it going to mess with Cruz's head, could it actually do him some real damage?
Well, I think it's planting some doubt in the minds of Iowa voters, and that's where this is what it's all about. Iowa, because Trump and Cruz, one of those two candidates is going to win Iowa, no doubt about it. So he's trying to plant some slight doubts in the voters of Iowa. Well, if I vote for Cruz, maybe there could be a lawsuit. Who knows? It's interesting, as you mentioned, Vlad, about McCain. McCain is not fond of Trump. He really doesn't like Cruz at all. Remember, Cruz has gone after McCain by saying, well, listen, we've always nominated the so-called moderate, and McCain and Romney, and what good did that do? We lost. So this is McCain's way of sticking it back to Cruz. I do think that it doesn't cause that much damage, other than the fact that it might push Cruz on the defensive a little bit. But I think Cruz has done pretty well in handling these questions.